The night air in Frankfurt was crisp and electric, as if the city was holding its breath in eager anticipation. The stage at Deutsche Bank Park was illuminated with a soft blue glow, and the crowd's energy surged like a heartbeat. Fans stood closely packed, waving glow sticks and phone screens, their breath visible in the chilly air. On this brisk German evening, Kendrick Lamar was set to demonstrate why his grand national tour feels more like a shared rite of passage than merely a concert. Welcome to Celebrity Cookies, where the tea is always hot and the stories come with sprinkles of surprise. Make sure to subscribe, leave a comment with your take on the story. He stepped onto the stage without any fanfare, no leather jacket draped over him, no entourage by his side under the lights. Tonight he chose simplicity, exposing his skin to the autumn breeze, as if daring the weather to match the intensity he was about to unleash. The crowd erupted in cheers. "That's the way I like it," he would later say, but in that moment their excitement spoke volumes. The first notes of Squabble Up cut through the night like a clarion call. The opening sample, once laid back, now felt urgent and tense. When the bass dropped, the stadium vibrated as if awakening from a dream. On the left side of the stage, SZA appeared in a silver-studded jacket, her presence contrasting with Kendrick's lean figure. Together, they embodied a balance of intensity and coolness, her melodic runs weaving seamlessly with his sharp, precise verses. "Run your mouth, we gon' squash it up," Kendrick proclaimed into the mic, his voice clear and commanding. His words resonated throughout the seats, reaching every listener. In that moment, the audience transformed from mere spectators to active participants in a grand ritual. Hands shot up, fans passionately singing along to every word. It was less a performance and more a call for unity, each squabble up, serving as a prayer against division. As the verse came to an end, SZA stepped forward, her voice providing a gentle counter-melody. "I can't love myself, I need someone else." The contrast was striking, his fierce lines fading into her vulnerable refrain. Yet together, they created a powerful cycle of defiance and honesty. The stadium's roar built into a wave, flowing through the crowd and back to the stage. Kendrick flashed a smile, acknowledging the collective energy they had generated. Shortly after, the beat shifted, and the opening notes of 30 for 30 freestyle began, simplified to piano keys and a gentle snare. This was the same track that Kendrick and SZA had unexpectedly released, highlighting their lyrical chemistry. Tonight, their performance felt even more charged. SZA's harmonies complemented Kendrick's rapid verses, each line carrying the weight of shared experiences. "I stayed 10 toes down, I'm a vet in this game." The audience felt this connection deeply, a shared history of challenges, victories, and a future crafted one verse at a time. Between songs, Kendrick took a moment to scan the crowd like a guardian. "Family tie," he said, his voice warm and resonant. Instantly, 1,000 cell phones illuminated the darkness, reflecting that sentiment. In this venue, the audience was united not by blood, but by something deeper, the music, the message, and the promise of togetherness. It was a moment of shared heartbeat, a reminder that in Kendrick's realm, no one stands alone. Then the first beat of Family Ties dropped, and the energy surged once again. The rhythm crashed like thunder, and the stage lights split into red and blue beams, cutting through the haze. SZA and Kendrick exchanged rapid verses, their interaction resembling a dialogue between two warriors rather than a simple duet. Fans shouted along, completing each other's lines, turning the song into a communal experience. When SZA hit that soaring high note in the chorus, the entire stadium erupted, the sound nearly overwhelming. From any perspective, it was clear, this was more than just a concert stop. It was a vibrant testament to how music can forge connections across distances, languages, and backgrounds. Thousands of voices blended into one, showing that art can dismantle barriers. But it wasn't solely about excitement and spectacle. During a brief interlude, soft piano chords signaled euphoria. The stage lights softened to shades of purple and pink, and Kendrick's silhouette emerged against a backdrop of twinkling LEDs. The crowd fell silent, entranced. This song had become an anthem for discovering unexpected joy amid struggles, a reminder that even in darkness, moments of happiness can rise like a phoenix. As Kendrick began to sing the opening lines, fans swayed in unison, their voices merging into a harmonious and uplifting hum. Euphoria felt like a collective exhale, a release from the earlier tension. For those few precious minutes, the world narrowed down to this shared sense of hope. No one felt like an outsider. Everyone was united in belief. Then came the pivotal moment. Martin had a dream erupted as an unplanned chant during the final chorus of Euphoria. This spontaneous expression highlighted how Kendrick's music had become deeply connected with social consciousness. The chant echoed through the night, carrying Dr. King's message across distances and reminding everyone that the struggle for justice is a global endeavor. Kendrick paused, a slight smile appearing on his face, before plunging into the song's climax. The crowd roared, their voices filled with fervor. As the energy peaked, Kendrick raised his hand, calling for calm. "I don't want to see anyone getting hurt," he said, his voice firm yet caring. In that instant, the crowd quieted, the noise fading into a respectful stillness. "If you see someone in trouble, lend a hand," he added. "That's what family does." It was a rare moment of compassion, recognizing that the energy he had stirred could easily turn dangerous without empathy. He then channeled that energy into a message of care. With the crowd's focus redirected, the performance resumed. "Good credit" followed, the beat striking like rapid gunfire. Midway through the first verse, the music suddenly halted, creating an eerie silence. Then Kendrick shouted, "Let's go!" And the song surged back in, even more powerful than before. The audience erupted, as if charged with electricity, and the song became a rallying cry. It was a brilliant tactic. He conducted the energy like a maestro, pausing to build anticipation before unleashing it again. Each verse he delivered that night felt like a masterclass in stage presence. When he rapped, word for word, bar for bar, the fans embraced it, shouting each line in perfect unison. The connection between the artist and the audience was seamless. They weren't merely reciting lyrics, they were living them. As the set reached its zenith, the stage darkened except for a single spotlight on Kendrick. He stepped forward, and the crowd's roar condensed into a tangible force. For a fleeting moment, it felt as if time had frozen, just him, his words, and the audience that had traveled this far with him. He closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and began the finale. When the last note faded, the stadium erupted in thunderous applause and cheers. SZA joined him on stage, and they raised their hands together, acknowledging not only each other but also the crowd that had become their extended family. The lights dimmed, but the audience lingered, chanting their names long after the music had ended. As Kendrick stepped off the stage, he took a moment to look back, seemingly absorbing every face, every light, and every surge of energy. He nodded, silently assuring that the connection forged that night was far from finished. It would resonate in the hearts of those who experienced it, long after they left Deutsche Bank Park. The cool Frankfurt air wrapped around the departing fans like a warm embrace, carrying the lingering sounds of Squabble Up, Euphoria, and the many shared moments that had brought them together. In a world that often feels fragmented, Kendrick Lamar and SZA had fostered a space for unity, empathy, and authentic expression. They reminded everyone that music transcends mere entertainment. It is a potent force capable of inspiring change, forging connections, and uplifting spirits across divides. That night in Germany, with his jacket left behind and the autumn breeze on his skin, Kendrick Lamar once again showcased why he is a pivotal figure in a movement that refuses to be silenced. His grand national tour was not just a series of concerts, it was a declaration of unity, a celebration of the power of a collective voice, and a beacon for those who believe in the transformative potential of art, one lyric at a time. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation, so please share your opinions in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on this story.